I don't know if you call it a valley or a dale or a coulee or a vale. It's a low piece of land between two higher pieces of land. I do know this. It often gets called something different when you're walking down into it as opposed to when you're dragging your buddy's deer up out of it and you told him not to shoot the deer down there anyway. Hi, this is Preacher Dave with HRO Adventures. Thanks for joining us. When I think about Jesus, I think about a lot of different names for him too. I want to look at just two. Jesus is called the Lamb of God that takes away the sins of the world. I like that. Peaceful, sacrificial. It's hard to ignore a sweet little lamb there in the petting zoo. I think very few people would list lambs as the top fear that they have. I see lambs as docile, as warm and soft, but that's not the only thing the Lamb of God was called. In Revelation 5, verse 5, watch this. Then one of the elders said to me, "Do not weep, for the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, has triumphed." Then I saw a lamb, looking as if it had been slain, standing in the center of the throne. When looking at this lion, he sees a lamb. Another name for Jesus, Lion of Judah. That brings up a whole nother image. If you go and try and feed the lamb at the petting zoo, you might get a couple of giggles. You go try and feed the lion, they may start calling you Lefty if you survive. The Lamb of God took our punishment. He paid the price for sin, and he never even opened his mouth to complain about it. As the Lamb of God, he died to give us hope and to give us life and to give us peace. But the Sunday morning after his crucifixion, Jesus came back as the Lion of Judah, roaring out of his grave, declaring that sin and death and hell itself had no power over those who followed Jesus. There are times in your life that you need Jesus to show up as the Lion of Judah, to give you the power to help overcome your history or your hang-ups or your habits. Sometimes you need him to show up as the Lamb of God, to let you know that you are forgivable, you are lovable, and you are worthy. Jesus knows that you need both on this adventure of life. This is Preacher Dave telling you, I'm glad that the three of us, you and me and Jesus, are on this adventure together.